All right, so now that we have content added to our class notebook, we can distribute or push content out to our students. So for example, I'm in my first section of my content library, and I want to distribute this set of class notes to my students. So up at the top here, I'm going to click on the Class Notebook tab in the toolbar of OneNote, and I'm going to select Distribute Page. A class notebook window will open to the far right, and it asks you to select a student section to distribute to. So in this case, because it's class notes, I'm going to select the class notes section and click Distribute. We'll give it a minute to distribute that page to my students. And now that it says that the page has distributed successfully, let's go into our student notebook. I'm just going to expand my view of my OneNote notebook. Give me a second here. So I'm going to click on these arrows up here in the top right in Teams. There we go. Okay. So let's click on my student account or my student's notebook. And I distributed that page to class notes. So let's close this window here. Sorry, we'll expand that view again. And in my student notebook, I'll click on class notes, and there it is. And I can see that they got the PDF printout of the class notes. All right, I'm gonna click back on my content library. And now, remember in a previous video, I mentioned when we first set up our class notebook, we had to choose the sections for our student notebooks. Remember that I mentioned that you can change these sections at any time or add new sections at any time. So to do that, again, in the class notebook tab in the OneNote toolbar, I'm going to click on Distribute New Section. A class notebook window will open to the far right, and it asks for a new section name. Let's call this Political Cartoons. We'll click Create. We'll give it a moment to load. We can now close that OneNote window that had opened to the far right, and I'll click on the purple triangle here, or purple arrow, to expand my view. And if we take a look now in under my student inside his or her notebook, you will now see a new section for political cartoons.